Now let us move to question number 26. Reportedly, heavy machines could not reach the collapsed building in the Dongri area in South Mumbai as the lanes with overhead wires were too to admit them. We have options: hanging and wide, flying and fast, drooping and broad, dangling and narrow, and making and slow. Overhead wires before the first blank indicates that the blank describes the state of the wires. In the context of the sentence, the words which are suitable for the first blank are hanging, drooping, and dangling. Hence, option B and E are eliminated. The second blank refers to the reason why the lanes could not permit the heavy machines to reach the collapsed building. The only word that makes the sentence meaningfully correct is narrow, meaning that the lanes were not wide enough. The words wide and broad are opposite to the context of the sentence. This eliminates option A and C as well, and hence option D will be the right option. Reportedly, heavy machines could not reach the collapsed building in the Dongri area in South Mumbai as the lanes with overhead wires dangling were too narrow to admit them. Hence, option D, dangling and narrow, can fit into the space. Now let us move to the question number 27. The idea of a single large PSB mimicking the Life Insurance Corporation of India model in the insurance space may be considered, but such an entity could create serious distortions such as hazard stemming from the too big to syndrome, with the next biggest bank being on fourth to its size. So you have options: serious and drone, mortal and shut, moral and fail, factual and protect, and irresponsible and ground. In the context of this sentence, the word that most suitable for the first blank is moral, and that for the second blank is fail. All the other options are grammatically and contextually incorrect. Moral hazard, meaning lack of incentive to guard against risk where one is protected from its consequences. Example: comprehensive insurance policies decrease incentive to take care of your possessions and leads to moral hazard. Too big to fall or fail, meaning when a financial organization or other business is too big to fail, is so important to the economy of a country that a government or central bank must take measures to prevent it from ceasing to trade or going bankrupt. Example: he caused a stir earlier this month when he said that no company was too big to fail, and hence option C will be the correct option, that is moral and fail. Now let us move to the question number 28. The focus on procedures over outcomes is a recipe for bad management, and explain why PSUs tend to perform so much than their private sector . We have options: worse and peers, bad and counterparts, poorer and friends, shoddier and foes, disaster and colleagues. Bad management indicates that the performance of the PSUs would be negative. The conjunction than after the second blank signifies that it will be in comparative degree. In the control of the sentence, the words which are suitable for the first blank are worse, poorer, and shoddier. Hence options B and E are eliminated. The comparison of the performance of PSUs has been made with that of equivalent organizations in the private sector. The only word that makes the sentence meaningfully correct is peers. The words friends and foes are irrelevant to the context of this sentence. This eliminates option C and D as well. Hence, option A is the correct answer. So, the focus on procedures over outcomes is a recipe for bad management and explains why PSUs tend to perform so much worse than their private sector peers. Now, let us move to question number 29. Occupational safety and health are important for improved dash and dash. So, you have options men and women, boys and girls, assets and markets, productivity and growth, and chemicals and drugs. In the context of the sentence, the only combination of words that lead to meaningful sentence is productivity and growth. All the other options are incorrect either contextually or grammatically. The sentence wants to convey that healthy workers are able to perform better and hence the safety and health of workers contribute greatly to the overall productivity. So, option D will be the right option, that is occupational safety and health are important for improved productivity and growth. Now, let us move to question number 30. Rapid urbanization and rising dash in rainfall patterns make it dash that we transparently manage water resources nationally. You have options variability and imperative, assurance and necessary, fluctuations and inefficient, uncertainty and indifferent, cost and compulsory. The word rainfall after the first blank indicates that the word describes the state of rainfall patterns. In the context of the sentence, the words which are suitable for the first blank are variability, fluctuations and uncertainty. Hence, option B and E are eliminated. The second blank tries to convey that it is important to transparently manage water resources. The only word that makes the sentence meaningfully correct is imperative, which means of vital importance. Crucial. The words inefficient and indifferent are irrelevant to the context of the sentence. This eliminates option C and D as well. Hence, option A will be the right choice. So, the sentence can be read as rapid urbanization and rising variability in rainfall patterns make it imperative that we transparently manage water resources nationally. Now, let us move to question number 31. Given the history and the demands of domestic politics, particularly in Pakistan, the two countries are unlikely to present a dash of neighborly dash. We have options photo and conversation, or gift and talks, picture and cooperation, diary and coordination, and bag and cohabitation. In the context of the sentence, the only appropriate combination of words is that of picture and cooperation. This makes the sentence meaningfully correct. All other options are either grammatically or contextually incorrect. Therefore, options A, B, D and E are eliminated. The sentence means that there is very little possibility that the two countries would be able to have friendly relations because of their history and the demands of domestic politics. So, option C would be the right choice, and the sentence can be read as given the history and the demands of domestic politics, particularly in Pakistan, the two countries are unlikely to present a picture of neighborly cooperation. Now, let us move to question number 32. In mature economies, central banks accept corporate bonds as dash for their liquidity management operations so as to purposefully dash the bond market. You have options security and undermine, collateral and develop, woeful and work, insurance and accentuate, and baggage and strengthen. So, if you look at the sentence, it conveys that in mature countries, bonds are accepted as guarantee for their liquidity management operations. In the context of the sentence, The words which are suitable for the first blank are security, collateral and insurance. Hence, option C and E are eliminated. The word purposefully before the second blank indicates that the central banks have done something with a positive effect. The only word that makes the sentence meaningfully correct is develop. The word undermine has the opposite meaning and accentuate is irrelevant to the context of the sentence. This eliminates option A and D as well. Hence, option B will be the right choice. So, in mature economies, central banks accept corporate bonds as collateral for their liquidity management operation so as to purposefully develop the bond market.